3, 2, 1, action.
Yes.
Push 1 versus push 2 comparison video. All right, am I in frame?
Yes.
All right. So, let's get warmed up. Let's get warmed up, right? I got my things. Just gonna do that like I'm on a motorcycle. How are things? You got it? Okay, so in this video, we are going to be demonstrating. All right, let's rewind.
Okay.
Hi.
I just wanted to look at them.
You just want to look at them? There'll be plenty of time to look at them
all right.
in the coming months. So I'm going to be doing a demonstration, or not a demonstration, I keep on saying that. Like, I'm going to be showing the differences, the hardware differences.
Compare and contrast.
Compare, contrast, contort, get constipated, these sort of things.
And be convoluted.
And be convoluted. All right, let's try that again.
All right.
What am I demonstrating?
Ableton push, old versus new. Take 45,
Take
action.
45, action. Hey, what's up, guys? That's how you start. And we're going to be looking at the differences between push 1 and push 2. Push 2 is the one that's closest to you. Push 1 is right here. And one of the first things that I noticed is that push 2 really requires a lot of juice. You'll notice when I unplug it, it gets really dark and you barely see the display.
Whoa.
Right? It gets really, so hold on to that one. I plug it in,
Whoa.
Bam. And I believe that is because it has a, I guess more of like a taxing display driver, which we'll get into. Push 1 is more of like a dot matrix sort of thing, or I don't even know what you'd call it. It's like a dot matrix kind of display. Push 2 is more of a fancier display, which I can demonstrate by going over to sampler.
Ooh, wow.
And you can actually see the samples now, and oh no, not swing. You can zoom in and like set the start and stop time, things like that. Push 2, you just have start stop time. It's not, doesn't have that much of a resolution to display your samples. That you know, it just takes out a lot of the guesswork. And yeah, it's actually pretty. I keep on doing the swing amount. Keeps on, you know. You know, you have the ability to like not have to guess, and you can see what's going on in your samples and set the start time, stop time, things like that. One thing of note is, I don't know if the camera can see this, but what they have done, okay, a little bit of backstory. I'm gonna get in trouble for this. Is it okay if I get in trouble?
Go for it.
They might send me to YouTube jail if I say this. The Push 1 was a partnership with Akai, right? Push 1 was a partnership, it was right here. Push 1 was a partnership with Akai. And Akai has some distribution problems. It was very difficult to find a Push 1 when it first came out. And there were some problems, and I don't know if you can see. You'll notice that the LEDs are a little blue, like the white ones are a little bluish, and some are more pink than others, especially these two. Can you see that?
Yeah.
Can you see that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're like different kind of colors, and it doesn't actually flicker like what you're seeing in the video. It's just LEDs flicker, but our human eyes can't see it. But what they've done is they have, I'm guessing, higher quality LEDs in Push 2, so that you have like continuity. It looks nicer, and yeah, you don't have that problem of like the pinkish, bluish, white LEDs, because a white LED, as far as I know, is like, they're all RGB, and I'm guessing one of the 3 diodes is brighter than the other, which kind of throws off the color, right? Does that make sense? White LEDs are like equal parts RGB. She's nodding. Okay, so that's one of the main kind of things. It's a higher quality piece.
Yeah, it
of,
looks a lot better. Actually.
Higher quality piece of kit right here. So again, still the same 64 by 64 grid. The original Push 1 had these, you know, rubber pads here to act as buttons. These have since been moved up, and they are color coded. They look a lot nicer and cleaner. For those,
Just checking it out.
Oh yeah, so you got all your things there.
Rather than
these like buttony strip things. And for those that care, the knobs and everything are the exact same
Width.
yes, and they're both the exact same kind of. They have the same resistance to them. Look at that beautiful display. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Look at compared to this is just the master volume, right? Look, it's like 0.3 digit
That's amazing.
things like that, and on the original push, it's just like, one of those things, right?
You can't even see it.
Oh, it's because your dimmer's on. Anyway, it's kind of an overlay, so like information doesn't necessarily go away. Also, the push 2 is a little bit thinner. It's a little bit longer. Yeah, it's longer by like 1/4 of an inch, and obviously the width is, or the height is a little bit longer as well. Yeah, 1/4 of an inch in that direction. So, oh wait, no, that's not 1/4 of an inch. What is that? Yeah, it's 1/4 of an inch, 1/4 of an inch wider. And that is exceptionally important. So the benefits of having a higher quality display, so that for Ableton devices, such as Wavetable, if you look here, you can physically see the shapes. You can change the position and stuff like that.
That's really cool.
Beauty. And it's really smooth. It actually feels nice. Like, really nice. Over here you got your filter, things like that. You can make a track without even looking at Ableton.
Wow.
Over on the original push, main difference, you have like your position and you don't actually see it on the unit, which, is fine, but that's just a limitation of the display.
It's more of a digital audio workstation than just.
It's more, yeah, it is exactly. It's a step up, a step above, in terms of quality. And this one is not made by Akai. Hate to throw Akai under the bus, but holy crap, get your shit together. Seriously. Is that unfair to say?
I think you're allowed to have an opinion.
I think I am allowed to have an opinion. Even though Akai makes great gear. And they have a long history of making gear that has revolutionized.
Maybe there's a hidden story behind why.
Maybe there is, yeah.
Maybe they were in competition with Ableton on some level, and so they weren't totally sure that they wanted to It's like this.
We're getting into conspiracy.
No, I'm just saying you don't know why.
Yeah.
Are they bad at distribution with everything? Is that a normal thing, or was it just with Ableton?
Apparently, the local music store that I frequent, definitely. Well, it's one of the two that are in Vancouver. A manager there has told me that they are immensely frustrated with Akai.
So it's not just coming out of the air.
It's not, and that's the reason why they were so scarce, is because distribution wasn't there. It wasn't, it's not.
Fair enough. There you
go. Okay, so some major differences. Other major differences is the swing and tempo knob has been moved up to there, and the navigation has been moved kind of here as opposed to here. So I guess that kind of works out. Things have been rearranged to be more, I guess, intuitive. And I don't know, things have been sunken in. I don't know if you can see that, like the buttons and stuff like that, sunken in. They're like a millimeter above, as opposed to these clunky things.
Yeah, it shows.
Right, really kind of clunky buttons, as opposed to just click, click.
Yeah.
Right.
More streamlined.
More streamlined. Really put a lot of thought into the design. One of the major differences between these two units is price, and they both basically do the same thing. But this has lasted me since forever. Like, I've spilled water on it. There's boogers on there, right? Just really rock solid. Nothing totally bad I can say about it. But if you want updated, the visual, tactile feedback of going around and things like that, super cool.
What is the price differential?
Price differential. This is around $1,000. This is around $5,000.
Major
These
difference.
you can find used.
Yeah.
The last time I checked.
Yep.
Yeah.
So it sounds like the Ableton Push original one is absolutely great.
It is.
And if you want a massive upgrade, but you don't need this upgrade, but it is pretty impressive and beautiful.
Yeah.
You get what you pay for, but it doesn't mean that the first one's bad. It's just the new one is just
going
even
over
greater.
differences. If you're just like, hey, there's this original push on Craigslist, but then there's this new one I could buy. What am I missing out on? And you're missing out on high quality display. So even little things like this, like if you go to scale on push 2 up here, you hit scale, right? You see, all your scales like that. Like it's like beautifully put together, right? And then opposed to the scales on this guy, you press scale, and then you just kind of, go up and down here. It's a bit, it's a bit
clumsy.
Not clumsy. Like the data is there. It's just that the display driver kind of doesn't.
I have a question about the new push. Is it called the push 2?
It's called push 2. Yeah.
Push 2. Okay. So, would you? Does the push 2 eliminate the need for another piece of gear? Like, could you do all your editing and everything on the push 2, or is that silly? You'd want to have Ableton on your computer as well. Like, I'm just curious about how much you can actually do, how much editing,
It's a massive step forward, in my opinion. So if I drop in an EQ, which I could have done on here, but you can actually like physically see the EQ on the screen here. See, you can, as opposed to there, right? It's a major step in the right direction. For a lot of people, like muscle memory, you can do everything just on this.
Which right there is an amazing thing.
And then this
a piece of hardware.
This with session view. Basically,
yeah, without your computer there.
Right, and you have like your VU meters here, just little things that are kind of possible with like a high quality display. It's like a computer display. It's like kind of not quite sure what it is. It's not like an OLED, but it's a backlit LED with. It's actually very responsive. Great. Yeah. The only thing is it's necessary to plug it in. You don't have to plug in them, but it's really dim, as opposed to this, which just runs off USB power, and it can light all the LEDs in the display.
Is there a battery option for it?
Nope.
Oh.
No batteries.
And what about the one?
No batteries.
So they're not battery operated at all.
And they're not standalone either. If you didn't know that, you can't unplug this and take it. It has to be connected to Ableton.
Well, there you go.
It's a fancy MIDI controller.
Yeah, that's good to know, because I was totally
integration kind of both
not
ways.
aware of that, but that makes sense. So
that's why it has to be plugged in.
Yep. All right.
I think that's basically it.
If you were starting out and you had, say you had a budget of $2,000 for everything you need for your Ableton Studio.
Yeah.
So
assuming you have a computer.
I guess so, yeah.
Okay, so assuming you have a computer, I would say because you got to get Ableton anyway, get Push with Ableton Suite, and then you're set.
Which Push?
Push 2.
Push 2.
They don't sell
No, I'm just
anymore.
curious. But
you get these as a bundle.
Okay.
And what happens is, you get like, I'm not sure how much it is.
So you would do that. You would get the Push 2.
I get Push 2 and then Push Suite, and then just figure it out in and out.
Yeah.
And explore.
However, if you didn't have the budget and you could only afford the Push one, you would of course get the Push one.
You can find them used probably. Craigslist, eBay, things like that.
Right.
I would do that.
Okay. Pretty exciting. I can't wait to try it out myself.
Yeah.
And
my old one.
No, it's great. Sounds like
Push 3 comes out. This one.
It sounds like you're quite enthusiastic about the new one. I think it looks amazing, and definitely I noticed those buttons.
Yeah.
Being brighter and more consistent. That's
clear.
A huge difference.
Like 100%.
Dude, this one is so. I don't know.
Even though this is a little bit dimmer because it's not plugged in.
Yeah.
Here, I'll show you what it looks like when you plug it in.
Oh wow, the difference when you unplug it though is shocking. Hold on.
So this is, yeah.
There's nothing there when you unplug it. Anyway.
So this is unplugged, right?
Yeah.
Plugged.
Yeah, but it's still
Not too bad, but then you can see these two have always bothered me.
Yeah.
And that's just, using cheap things.
Yeah.
But for those that are curious, let's have a dim. Boom.
Boom.
Plug it in.
Yeah.
You'd have to be in a really dark room to just use it in USB mode.
Yeah.
And that is because this requires a lot of juice.
Yeah.
And 5-volt USB isn't going to cut it.
Yeah. But it's it's not it's not something you take to the beach, let's just say. That's what I want. I want the beach version.
You want the beach version. Maybe that'll come one day.
But anyway, it's okay. It's good. It is what it is,
Beach
and
version,
it's a pretty
you just
great
have a laptop
tool.
and then push.
Yeah.
And then the power cord.
No. Well, I can't wait to see what comes of it and what you do with it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Any last words before we sign off?
No last words ever. You'll see me in the next video.
All right. Thanks.